Sammonth, aka Tiz, and this is The Force Always.
Welcome to the show. This is The Force Always, a weekly-ish program. But anyway, let's get straight into the news. Me, myself, and I, and the family went on a bit of a vacation, as you would say, or holiday. Depends what part of the world you call that type of thing. In America, you say vacation. Here in Australia, we just say holiday. But it's the long weekend, Easter. Happy Easter to you all out there. We did go to Phillip Island, which is a little island just under Victoria, which is the state I live in, which is in Melbourne, the capital city of Victoria. And it's most famous for its penguins. People flock to this island any time of the year to see their penguins come in and out to the ocean to bring some food for their young ones. It's quite good. It's quite epic. It's a bit of fun for the kids especially, but if you've seen it once, you've seen it pretty much every single time. I've been there a number of times. But anyway, that's what happened there. Speaking of Star Wars and Phillip Island, I did pass which is a bit of news, a particular cafe in the main street there. If you're going to, it's near the supermarket area, let's call it. It's called the Moo Isley Cafe. Moo Isley, not Mos Eisley, but Moo Isley. If anyone out there doesn't know what I'm talking about, Mos Eisley was the area where the famous cantina scene in the original Star Wars was filmed. It's called Mos Eisley, the actual made-up city of where this cantina was, or this canteen, or whatever you want to say, was. And this was not the Mos Eisley, but the Moo Isley. Why Moo? Because it's coffee. And Melbourne, I tell you why, has become very famous for its coffee. In the last 10 to 20 years, I've seen coffee go from a basic franchise to every single place in Melbourne. If you enjoy your Starbucks, hold on for that. You know, come to Australia, experience some real coffee. Not to put Starbucks down, but just to sort of say that our coffee is to be tasted and enjoyed, but it is a different taste. And it's very famous. People come here for the coffee now. That's amazing. Not Italy, but not Colombia, but Melbourne. Yeah. But, you know, people still go for coffee in those places as well. But anyway, so that's a bit of news there. The Moo Isley Cafe, check it out. So to other news, it's been reported that the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which is about a month away, coming to Disney Plus, really excited for, has a particular character, a third sister, which is a part of the dark side, sort of Inquisitors. You got to know a bit about Star Wars, what I'm sort of talking about there, but she's a third sister, called a third sister, and apparently, and reported that she could be an original Jedi that was taken away by the Jedi, but then sort of fled somehow from the Jedi to follow the Empire or the dark side. That's making some news. Can you believe it? So in the Star Wars world. So more news. Star Wars Celebration is coming soon. Boy, I would love to see how this event is played off, but I think international guest wise, it's going to be really low numbers. I think locals will flock. Lots of the event has been sold out. 4-day tickets, Friday tickets, Thursday tickets has been sold out, but a lot of these tickets were sold prior to this event being re-announced in this particular time period coming up soon. So a lot of them had been sold already. Partly why you see a lot of sold out. I think they're sort of trying to make it look like it's really more than it's worth. But a couple of panels have been announced. The one is a Bad Batch panel, and also the Mandalorian panel. I was actually at the original The Mandalorian panel at the last one in Chicago. I was able to make it for that one. That was probably the second most popular, but if you saw the numbers that were inside this event, there was it was not as impactful as the Rise of Skywalker panel there, but it was still, taken on very greatly. It was still quite busy in there. A lot of the cosplays were there. front and center, and everyone was there. There were the original actors. It was great. But yeah, so they are two panels appearing at Star Wars Celebration. This is going to be quite an event, how it turns out, because of the whole COVID thing in the world, and plus the excitement for this Star Wars Celebration event. I don't know who really is overly excited for this one. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I would go there if I was a local, but I'm not that excited to go if I was maybe in a neighbouring town. Anyway, so that's, I'm wishing it does succeed for future events, anyway. So that is, I think that is all the, yes, that is all the news. That's all the news, because I rock a freestyle when I do the news and every part of this particular show. Let's get into views. Views is my story idea about Star Wars, and as we've spoken earlier on about the third sister being a child taken away from a very young age by the Jedi, to be trained forcibly in a way, and then sort of later headed off to the Empire or the dark side or whatever. What do I think? What do I do? I think this story idea is good. It shows the grey area of the Jedi, but I think if I was the writer of this particular story arc, I wouldn't have a Jedi that is a pure Jedi about good, because technically Jedi are about good. Steal a child and forcibly train as a Jedi. I think this would be a wrong thing for the generations of real people on planet Earth who love the Jedi. Now know that we are, when I say we, because I believe in the Jedi more than the Empire. But I think it would be a very bad psychological thing that they have become or were criminals all this time. I think there should be bad people within Jedi, like Count Dooku, the guy that was in this second episode, Attack of the Clones, the main guy. He left the Jedi Order. Obviously, Anakin did, and many others did. But I think it should be a Jedi that has been taken by the dark side, secretly steal this child, to train as a Jedi, to know the Jedi arts, and then be forwarded on to the Empire. Sounds pretty insane on my behalf, but that would be an explanation to create that the Jedi aren't necessarily in the core a bad organization. Because I think essentially Jedis, as we know it, are meant to be good and are good. Even though there's grey area, they are essentially meant to be good. Anyway, that's my story idea this time around. Wishing that it would turn out that way, but anyway, we'll wait and see. Let's now get into reviews. Reviews is something that I review every week-ish. Like this is a week-ish, even though it was 2 weeks ago when I did our last broadcast. But anyway, this week will be a DVD that is rarely seen. It's a real spoof DVD. It seriously should not be taken seriously, but should be entertained by kids and even adults, just to watch how funny it is. It's a DVD. It's Thumb Wars. That's right. It's called Thumb Wars, based upon, I think, the original. I haven't watched this for a long time, so it would be in the original trilogy era. As you can see on the cover, there's the Millennium Falcon, which looks like a hand. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is a thumb, and then Luke at the top, which is like a thumb. It's Thumb Wars. It's seriously fun. When I watched this, it was really funny. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've ever seen comedy by Star Wars, but it is definitely a worth see if you're bored as hell. Definitely ranks higher, much higher than the holiday special, which was not meant to be a comedy, but it's the only thing in Star Wars I can't bring myself to watch. Oh my God, I can't watch that thing. Anyway, Thumb Wars DVD. It's a highly collector's edition now, only available DVD. You may get this on iTunes one day or the Disney Plus network, I don't know, but check that one. I give this about an 8 out of 10. It is still fun and it's good to have as a Star Wars fan. Anyway, so that's my review this time around. Let's get into interviews. Interviews is two questions where I ask myself, for you guys out there, how do I think Star Wars Celebration is selling itself right now? I think it's pushing hard to sell itself at the moment. It's trying to introduce as big names as possible in their autographs and photo opportunities section, and just special guests. The only big name that I can really see is Ian McDiarmid, who played the Emperor in Star Wars. He's the only notable one that I would say I would look forward to, but he's a little bit of old news now, and plus because of the Rise of Skywalker reception, I don't know how popular he will be, but get your tickets for an autograph or photo opportunity with that guy. It's definitely worth get. I did actually get one with him, actually with Ray Park, who plays Darth Maul, but I don't know if he will appear. He may appear. He's pretty hardcore with the Star Wars fans, but whether it's together, I don't know. They may do it. Expect a expensive photo opportunity or autograph ticket with that one. But anyway, so how is it faring? It's riding okay, but I can tell it's pushing itself to sell itself. I think the main panels that they've created, which is the Bad Batch, is going to get a very low reception. There might be hardcore fans about this one, but I don't know how hardcore in amount of people. It still will get some followers. The only other big panel so far is the Mandalorian, which will get a bit of a reception. But I think the whole Gina Carano, who played, oh my goodness, the one that got sacked, I can't remember the character's name, but she will probably be brought up during the panel sometime, which I think Star Wars, Lucasfilm, or Disney Plus or Disney will downplay that one. But that will be interesting to see how they answer that, to see where they're going with the season 3 when it's going to be released. They'll probably do a trailer. I'm sure there's going to be a trailer. So that will be interesting to see for that. But it's, to be honest, if that's the biggest panel, it's not looking that great so far, Star Wars Celebration. I don't want Star Wars Celebration to fail, even though I think Repop is really bad in its organization. There's lots of parts that they did well, but there's lots of parts I can tell you firsthand that they did not do well in. But anyway, that's the answer to the question 1. How is Star Wars Celebration faring at the moment in selling itself? Not very good, but not very bad. In between. I'll sit on the fence with that one. But anyway, second question is, what does Star Wars Celebration need to do to win the fans over? Here's what they need to do. Whilst at the event, as a surprise, they should have already a trailer for one of the motion pictures that they have said that's going to be released in the years ahead. Even if it's so early, it will still rejuvenate the fan base if the trailer is good and the idea is good. It could be the Rogue Squadron. It could be the Taika Waititi directors one. It could be Kevin Feige's produced film. If they drop a trailer for that, it will reinvigorate the Star Wars fans and really draw spotlight on Star Wars Celebration. That's in my opinion. If one of those 3 things happen, a preview, not a still, not a logo, but some sort of preview. Like even if it's a teaser, it will invigorate, especially if it's a good one. Just to give you an idea, just that moment with Chewbacca and Han Solo, way back in the Force Awakens days, can you believe that? Way back in the Force Awakens day. And when Han Solo said to Chewbacca, "We're home," it brought down the house. Those 2 words, that visual, tore down the house. And I think something like that in this celebration through a trailer or teaser trailer would be great. Anyway, that's the answer to my question. What would Star Wars Celebration need to do is just to have some sort of trailer for an up-and-coming movie project. Years away, yes, but they need to have something to invigorate the fans. Just something. A small visual. Anyway, that's my answer. So that is Star Wars news, views, reviews, and interviews this time around. Just like to say personally to my long dedicated fans out there, Justin, he's in Melbourne, and Paula, she is seriously positive always on Twitter, and also Kate, the most advocate, lovely person, and Miriam, all great people. Many other fans out there. It's a very small community I've got, but I don't mind. I'm here to rock Star Wars. And speaking of rocking, It's come to the end of the show, and until next week, my friends, keep rocking.